Hello again. It's story time with Aunt Becky, and there's another story out of this book. We're still on volume 1. Thought you might enjoy The Woman Bent Over Double. I put a blanket here so I know when to stop, but I'll put my finger in it now. This woman is bent over double. Once upon a Bible time, there was a woman who had a most troublesome trouble. For years and years and years she had been bent over double. That she would ever stand up straight and tall, the bent over woman had no hope at all. When she made her slow way along the street, she was so bent over that she couldn't see people's faces. She could only see their feet. She knew Grandpa Zack, who sold lamps and candles, not by his cap, his beard, the pack on his back, but by his stompy, clompy, tied-on sandals. If Grandpa wore sandals that were new, she would have to stop and ask, "Who are you?" The bent-over woman couldn't see the stars twinkling in the sky, birds and kites flying high, dates and figs growing on trees, nor banners waving in the breeze. What could she see? The bent-over woman could see rabbits crouching beside the roads, hippity-hoppity warty toads, bugs and beetles, snakes and snails, anything crawling the dusty trails. Didn't get to see anything happy, just scary things, and the bunny. On a certain Sabbath day, the woman who was bent over double made her slow way into the temple to pray. Now it happened that Jesus was teaching in the temple on that same certain day that the bent-over woman made her slow way into the temple to pray. There he is teaching, and she is coming in. When Jesus saw the woman bent over double, leaning against the temple wall, he called her to him, touched her gently, and said, "Stand up straight, stand up tall." And the woman who had been bent over double for years and years and years stood up straight, stood up tall. She looks like a young woman now. She's got a happy look on her face. Look at these people. They got their mouths open. I can't believe it either. And the very first face that she saw, as people who stand up tall can see, was the face of Jesus, the kindest face that ever was or ever will be. She got to see Jesus. The woman was now no longer bent over double, hurried along on her happy way, telling everyone how Jesus had healed her trouble in the temple on the Sabbath day. Her feet felt springy, her heart felt singy. But a funny thing, when she met Grandpa Zack on the street, she didn't know who he was until, can you guess? Until she looked down at his feet. But back at the temple, the ruler of the temple frowned at the people who were gathered around, praising God that the woman bent over double had been healed of her trouble. It is right to be healed on any other day," said the scowly, growly ruler, "but not on the Sabbath day." "You," and Jesus pointed to the ruler, "you loose your ox from his stall on the Sabbath day. Why not loose a woman from her trouble on the Sabbath day? Isn't a woman better than an ox?" The scowly, growly ruler had nothing to say. He could only turn and frown the other way. Jesus then reminded the people once more of what he had said before. It is right to do good on the Sabbath day. And it is right to do good. And that is the end of that story. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put it up here a little bit later so you can enjoy it on another day. And it's a beautiful sunny day where I'm at. It's chilly, about 50, But I hope that wherever you are at, that it's a nice, beautiful day. And remember the bent over double woman and how when Jesus healed her, she went from looking lined, because your face kind of makes those lines when you're trying to look up and you can't look up, to looking young again. And the first face she saw was Jesus. I hope you have a wonderful, happy spring day. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time. Bye.